These are my new chicks. I currently got them set up in my bathroom, which I'll do another video on that. I don't have a garage, or else that would have been my choice. I have 3 Black Star chickens, which are a cross between Rhode Island Reds and Boardrock, and they're about a month and a half, 2 months old. And then I have 2 Silky chickens that are about 2 weeks old. This is my existing flock. Unfortunately, since the start of this video, I lost one to a neighborhood dog. They are Rhode Island Reds. They're about 3 years old. Great chickens, great layers, but they are very territorial birds. This is going to be the first time I'm integrating any other type of chickens with this flock. If you've done any research, or maybe you don't know, you can't just throw your chickens out in the yard with your existing flock. It's just really not going to end well. They're going to get beat up real bad, and it's just not going to be a good time. One of the first steps that I take is exposure. Just letting the chickens safely see the new chicks and get used to them. So I use a dog crate. I protect it on one side using the bottom layer. This kind of gives the chicks a safe kind of side to run to. That way they don't feel like they're going to get attacked from all sides. It just is a big comfort factor for them. But exposure is definitely the biggest thing. Controlled exposure. That way they could get used to each other. With this first step, you can really start at any age with the chicks. The younger that they are, the longer it's going to take. You really don't want to move on to the second step, which is opening up the crate and letting them kind of wandering around until they're at least like 2 months old. The bigger that they are, the better it's going to be. The older chicks can take more abuse than the younger chicks and still be okay. A good way to tell if you're ready for this step is going to be that your older chickens are going to just not be bothered by the chicks anymore. They're not going to be going up to the cage as much, and they're not as interested in them. When you do let them out, don't entice the chickens to come over. I see sometimes people like kind of throw feed and trying to get the bigger chickens over. Let it happen, all in good time. Eventually, the chicks will start wandering farther away from the crate because that's their safe spot. Start investigating the backyard or wherever you're going to put them, whether it be a pen or whatnot. But they'll get more and more comfortable and start walking around. Once you've done this step long enough, you'll see that the chicks will start getting more comfortable around the chickens. They'll start getting closer to the chickens. Now, once you get to this step, it is going to be completely normal, and it's going to happen, that the older chickens are going to attack the chicks. It's completely normal. There's just no way around it. Everything, especially in the animal world, is a pecking order. It's your flock that's already here. It's their backyard. It's their coop. It's their food. And you have a bunch of outsiders coming in trying to take that. There's going to be some conflict. Now, things that are not normal are if you see your chickens specifically picking on one chick, or they're ripping the feathers off the back of their neck. They have a raw area in the back of the neck. That's when there's something wrong and it's going too far. If this starts to happen, you need to remove that chick, and you need to let it heal. And then you need to kind of revert back to the first step where you need to have separated visits and let that chick grow to become a little older. That's really why it is so important that you don't just throw baby chicks out there, because an older hen can kill a chick. But these chicks that are starting to get 2-3 months old, they'll be able to take the abuse. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. You just need to watch out and make sure it doesn't happen too much. From the start of the first step till now the third step, it's been about a little less than a month. So now they're ready to be put in the coop. So I wait until the chickens are asleep, and then I put the chicks right in the coop next to them. Here's what happened. So I decided to put the chicks in with the chickens. Kind of see how it goes, since I didn't want to get in there. They're a little squeamish. But I'll just wake up super early and let them out, and hopefully they're all good. Alright, so I put them in there about an hour ago, so let's see how they're all doing. Looks like they're all sleeping where they normally do. So far so good. They're getting along. How they are this morning. And they actually are next to each other, hanging out and cuddling. They're intermixed. Looks like it was a big success. This video here is from about 2 weeks after I first put them in the coop. As you can see, they're all comfortable, cozy in their spots. They're fully integrated. I did not put the silkies in there yet just because they were too young to be left alone. So I put them in there at a later date. This was about a month or two after I put them into the coop altogether. Everything's been working well. Now, there obviously is still some fighting. Just as the chicks get older, they're going to start challenging that pecking order, for food and who's the alpha and whatnot. But all in all, it went really well, very successful, and that has everything to do with the exposure to start with. Without that, it's just going to be a shock to your chicks and your chickens, and nothing good's going to come from it. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope integrating your chickens goes as well as mine did. Thank you.